My cousin got a better car than me, and now my family treats him like royalty. I, 27M, have always been the guy in the family who has his head on straight. That's what my aunts say. I got decent grades, never got in trouble, put myself through college, and landed a job in IT with a steady salary. I'm not flashy, but I pay my bills, save, and try to make responsible choices. My cousin, Nate, the 25M, has always been, let's say, the opposite. He dropped out of community college, bounced between jobs, lived with his mom until last year, and used to spend hours a day gaming or talking about his next big business idea that never went anywhere. Our family always joked that he'd be the last one to move out, let alone make it. Then 2 months ago, everything flipped. At our grandmother's birthday party, Nate rolled up in a brand new, fully loaded Tesla Model X. And not the base model. I'm talking the one with the yoke steering wheel, white interior, custom wheels, the whole damn spaceship package. I swear I thought someone famous had arrived. Everyone's jaws dropped. My uncle literally said, "Is this a rental?" Nate laughed like he was in a music video, threw the keys in the air, caught them, and said, "Nah, I bought it last week." I'm not proud to admit this, but I felt sick. I drove there in my 2013 Toyota Camry. I love that car. It's reliable, has great mileage, and I own it outright. But suddenly, it felt like a lawnmower next to a private jet. From the moment Nate stepped out of that Tesla, it was like the entire family forgot I existed. The uncles circled him to talk about torque and autopilot. The aunts kept saying how clean and elegant it looked. Even my grandma, who's always been my biggest supporter, hugged him and said, "I knew you'd make something of yourself." Make something of himself? Because of a car? Later that night, I found out how he got it. Apparently, he started doing crypto investing last year. Got lucky on some meme coin and made over $150,000 in a few weeks. Then he dumped half of it into this car. He doesn't even have his own place yet. Still rents a room with friends, but drives a 100K vehicle. At first, I figured the excitement would wear off. It didn't. The following weeks were brutal. My mom called me and casually mentioned, "Did you see Nate's car? So proud of him. Maybe you should think about investing too." Investing. As if I haven't been responsibly putting 15% into my 401k for the past 5 years. My dad made a comment about how I could probably afford something nicer by now, and that I should treat myself once in a while. They say they're just happy for Nate, but it feels like they're disappointed in me. And for what? Being practical? What really pushed me over the edge happened last weekend. We were having another family get-together. I pulled up and parked next to Nate's Tesla. As I stepped out, my little cousin, he's like 10, pointed at my car and said, "That one's boring." Then he ran over to Nate and said, "Can I sit in the spaceship one?" I laughed it off, but inside I felt gutted. It wasn't just the kid. The adults were even worse. When I walked into the house, my aunt said, "Hey there, Mr. Responsible," with this tone that felt mocking. My cousin walked in a minute later and it was like a celebrity had arrived. People clapped. No joke, they clapped. Nate played it cool, acted humble, kept saying, "It's just a car and I got lucky." But he soaked up every second of the attention. I could tell. Every time someone asked a question, he'd launch into some long speech about asset flipping and market timing, words I know he Googled an hour before coming. At dinner, things got worse. My uncle raised a toast to the future millionaire of the family and looked right at Nate. My mom chimed in with, "Let's just hope it rubs off on the rest of us." They laughed. I didn't. Later that night, Nate came over to me while we were both grabbing dessert. He said, "Hey man, you doing okay? You've been quiet." I wanted to say something supportive, but instead I blurted out, "It's just funny how fast everyone forgets who's been holding this family together." He looked confused. "What do you mean?" I told him how I've been the one helping our grandparents with their groceries, driving our aunt to her doctor appointments, fixing everyone's Wi-Fi issues at Thanksgiving, tutoring our little cousins during the pandemic, all the stuff no one brags about. And now he buys a flashy car, and suddenly he's the golden boy. Nate didn't get defensive. He just said, "I didn't mean to step on your spotlight, man. I'm just finally catching a break." Then he added, "And honestly, I've always looked up to you. You had your ass shot together when I didn't." That stopped me for a second. It wasn't what I expected to hear. But then he said something that really stuck with me. "You're right. You're the backbone. But sometimes people don't cheer for the backbone. They cheer for the fireworks." I don't know why, but that hit harder than all the other crap. I think because it's true. I've been steady, quiet, useful. But Nate showed up with fireworks, and fireworks get applause. Now I'm sitting here trying to process all of it. I don't hate my cousin. He's not a bad guy. But I hate that one purchase flipped the family dynamic like a coin. I hate that I'm even jealous of someone who's still figuring it out, just got lucky once, and might lose it all tomorrow. But at the same time, I do feel like I'm in his shadow now, over a car. So yeah, I guess this is part vent, part confession. Am I being petty? Or is this just the messed up way our world works now? I don't even know anymore.